Imagine a quiet town in the heart of Brazil where the night sky holds secrets that defy reality. Varginha, 1996. An ordinary city with ordinary families until something descends from the heavens, something not of this world. What began as a whisper in the dead of night turned into eternal panic. Prepare to dive into the enigma that still haunts the Brazilian nights. What you're about to hear isn't fiction. It's what witnesses swear they lived through. And what if the devil truly walked among us?
January 13th, 1996. Pilot Carlos de Souza cruises the skies over Varginha, his plane's engine humming like an anxious heartbeat. Suddenly, a flash tears through the darkness. Ahead, a cigar-shaped object, the size of a school bus, hovers unsteadily, spewing white smoke like a wounded ghost. It crashes in an open field, leaving a stench of rotten eggs that clings to the damp air. Carlos lands nearby, heart pounding, and spots metallic debris scattered like the bones of a slain beast. But before he can approach, blinding headlights pierce the fog. Men in dark uniforms emerge, rifles in hand, barking orders. "Get back! This isn't your business!" What were they hiding in that muddy dawn? A secret that pulsed, alive, waiting to be uncovered or silenced.
1 week later, January 20th, the afternoon sun bathes Varginha's Jardim Andere neighborhood in golden light. But the air crackles with oppressive energy, as if the earth knows what's coming. Liliane, Valkyria, and Katia, 3 friends aged 14 to 22, cut through a vacant lot, laughing about teenage trivialities. Then, a sour stench hits their noses, sulfur mixed with burnt flesh. They freeze. There, crouched against a damp brick wall, something stirs. A figure, about 4 feet tall, with oily brown skin, like aged leather, a massive head with horn-like bulges, and eyes red as glowing embers, locked on them with animal desperation. A low guttural moan escapes it, like a lament from another world. The creature stumbles, wounded, steaming from fresh gashes. "It's the devil!" Liliane screams, and they run, tripping over unseen roots, terror choking their throats. At home, gasping, they tell their mother, "Mom, we saw a demon!"
The girls barely catch their breath when the neighborhood changes. Military trucks roar through narrow streets, headlights slicing the dusk like blades. Armed men, faces hidden by visors, comb alleys and thickets with icy precision. Whispers spread. Muffled gunshots echo from nearby woods, followed by a deathly silence, as if the night swallowed all sound. A task force hastily assembled by the army sweeps the city without explanation. Routine, officers tell curious reporters, but their eyes dart away and the air grows heavy with the unspoken. Witnesses are questioned at their doorsteps, sharp inquiries. What did you see? Where? When? Then nothing. Files sealed, mouths stitched shut by fear or threats.
What did they capture in that net of shadows? A being that stared back, its red eyes reflecting human terror?
As Varginha sleeps an uneasy sleep, the official story takes shape in the shadows of the barracks. The army admits, yes, there was activity, but no UFO, no monsters, just routine maneuvers. Yet whispers leak like smoke. Soldiers trained in biocontainment, not standard invasions, arrive in midnight helicopters, gas masks dangling from belts. They retrieve something from the crash site, wrapped in tarps that drip a viscous fluid. Armored trucks speed to secret bases, escorted by silent sirens. An officer, voice trembling years later, confesses it was alive, it moved, and it smelled like death. Secret operation or controlled panic to bury the impossible? The city feels the weight, doors locked earlier, furtive glances at the starry sky, where something might still fall.
Night of January 20th. Officer Marco Eli Chereze, 23, patrols the rainy streets when a call crackles through the radio. Dangerous animal on the loose. He floors the gas, headlights dancing in puddles. In a dark alley, he sees it. Another creature, larger, more aggressive than the girl's sighting. Wrinkled skin, glowing eyes, claws scraping the asphalt. Without hesitation, Marco leaps from the car, bare hands outstretched. "Easy, I've got you," he mutters, as if calming a wounded beast. The thing thrashes, hissing a spine-chilling sound, but he pins it in the back seat, its stench poisoning the air. He races to Humanatorio Hospital, the creature moaning softly like a sick child. Nurses recoil from the smell, but Marco insists. It's alive. It needs help. Hours later, he feels a burning in his arm.
A subtle scratch, or something worse? The fateful encounter of an unlikely hero with the unknown. What he carried wasn't just flesh, it was a curse.
The woods around Varginha become a labyrinth of nightmares. Hidden witnesses, farmers, night hunters speak of a relentless chase. A third creature, spotted sprinting through trees, leaves deep footprints in the wet earth, as if carrying the weight of worlds. Soldiers with tracking dogs pursue it, flashlights sweeping the darkness like hungry eyes.
"Stop, for God's sakes," a hidden farmer shouts, seeing the form stagger, wounded by shots that don't cease. It vanishes into a ravine, but its howl lingers, not of pain, but something ancient calling to its kind. Witnesses swear, helicopters hover low, nets drop from the sky, and an ozone scent lingers, as if the air tore open. The chase ends in silence, but the forest shadows whisper, "What if one escaped? What if it watches now from the edge of the woods?"
February 1996, Marco Eli Chereze, the man who touched the impossible, wakes in regional hospital, his arm swollen, black veins snaking like poisonous roots. Just an infection, doctors say, but he knows the scratch burns like acid. Nightmares plague him with red eyes staring from the dark. Emergency surgery, an abscess removed, but the poison spreads, paralyzing his young, strong body. In days, he succumbs, chest heaving in vain, as family prays against the unseen. Officially, a common hospital bacteria, but leaked autopsies hint at something exotic. Cells not of this earth. The officer, an unsung hero,
Paid the price for a forbidden touch. His death isn't the end. It's the first whisper of a plague the government swore to bury. What if what killed him still lingers unseen among us?
Days after the chaos, bodies, or what's left of them, are whisked in secret convoy to the State University of Campinas. Scientists, sworn to silence, dissect the enigma. Skin that doesn't decay, organs defying known anatomy, a heart pulsing
In impossible rhythms. Leaked reports, it's not human, not animal, it's other. But samples vanish, reports are burned, and those involved are reassigned to remote outposts. The scientific challenge becomes concealment. The Army seals files, while ufologists like Ubirajara Rodriguez collect fragmented testimonies. They took it to Brasilia, a nurse whispers, voice trembling.
analysis that could rewrite history, buried in dark basements. What did the microscope see that the world can't know? A truth that burns like the creature's touch.
Varginha erupts in hysteria. Rumors spread like wildfire. They caught two, one still alive. Local papers scream, alien invasion. Reporters flood the city, microphones thrust at terrified witnesses. Families lock doors, children dream of red-eyed monsters, and the local zoo reports unexplained animal deaths. Poisoned by toxic air? National media arrives, cameras capturing the panic, lines at churches, psychics predicting apocalypse. Then, the breaks. Editors receive suggestions from high sources. Stories soften to mass hysteria. The rumor spreads like fog, dense and inescapable, fueling sleepless nights. Varginha no longer sleeps. And the coverage? A thin veil over the abyss, where truth thrashes, suffocated.
Years pass, and in 2010, the Army delivers its verdict. No UFO. The girls saw Mudinho, a disturbed homeless man, crouched in the rain. Military activity? Routine maintenance. Chereze's death? Common hospital infection. But contradictions bleed through. Why so many trucks for maintenance? Why did Mudinho, short in stature, lack the red eyes described? Leaked soldier testimonies. It wasn't human. It was wrong. The official denial rings hollow, like an empty drum, echoing doubts. Witnesses are dismissed as hysterical, but their eyes in old interviews carry the weight of what they saw. The official version doesn't convince. It terrifies, because what it hides must be worse. In the folds of doubt, theories bloom like fungi in the dark. What if Varginha was the link in a secret deal? Whispers claim the captured being traded for alien technology with the US in a hidden base in southern Brazil. Autopsies in Campina Grande labs, samples shipped to Roswell for comparison. Soldiers suicided to silence them, like the sergeant who fell from a rooftop months later. Ufologists point to patterns, global sightings that week, radar blackouts. It was a test, an anonymous ex-officer says. They've visited for decades. Varginha was the mistake. A secret pact between governments, Brazil, the US, maybe more, weaves a web of mystery, where each thread pulled reveals more darkness. What if it's not over? What if they return, now knowing how to hunt us?
Nearly 3 decades later, Varginha bears its scar like a badge. The city of UFOs erects statues of the red-eyed being. Annual festivals draw mystery hunters. But in old homes, elders still lower their voices to tell the tale. The legacy isn't just legend, it's a lesson. The universe is vast, and not everything that falls from the sky is kind. Witnesses age, but the enigma persists, a whisper in the Brazilian wind.
Varginha reminds us the mystery doesn't end. It waits in the next dawn for those who dare look up. Thank you for bearing witness. Sleep with one eye open. You might be next.
Have you ever seen a mysterious figure in the dark? A shadow you can't explain? Share your story in the comments or send it to crypticzoneofficial@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.